As far as I'm concerned, this is the absolute cheapest 997 turbo manual that I have ever seen, ever. Obviously it doesn't run or drive and is nowhere near being able to do any of those things, but I think I can rescue it. In the last couple videos I introduced this car, but today we got to dive into what's actually on it, what modifications are done to it, and inspect the damage, because I'm still not sure if this chassis is actually savable or if I'm going to have to find another body to swap into. This one might be too far gone. In the first video on this car, I picked it up, I purchased it. Actually, it was delivered to my house from South Carolina. It is an 07 911 turbo 6-speed manual with 44,000 miles and a clean title. It was crashed on a racetrack, not by the guy that I bought it from, but it was crashed from the owner before the owner that I got it from. The car came with an absolute buttload of extra parts. And yes, all those parts that were in my front yard, I just simply moved them to the rear of the house so no one can see them, because privacy. Hopefully everything needed to fix it, but I've got to assess the damage. This car has seen better days. In the last video, I got the interior all cleaned up. I had to do that even though it seemed out of order. That way I could see if I needed to buy any interior parts, see what kind of condition it was in, and most importantly, stop any mold or other kind of growth inside and make sure that we keep that terracotta interior nice and pristine. But now, the video you guys have been waiting for, assessing the damage to the car, seeing if it's fixable, seeing if I'm completely in over my head. I'm not sure what these wires went to. All the determining factors, if I can rescue it, come down to this quarter panel. So we're going to dive into that today, as well as all of the mods that are done to this car, because there's a lot of them and I haven't even explored them yet. I gotta tear it down a little bit. I gotta inspect some things. I gotta get under it for the first time. Let's do it. Well, it's time to crawl under this thing and assess the damage. I haven't been under this at all, not a single time. Really curious to see what I find. A little worried too. Alright, gentlemen, well, this axle was disconnected for some reason. I don't know why. Keep in mind, this engine and transmission were just shoved in here for transport. Nothing's actually hooked up. Alright, we have some different sway bar end links. Okay, we got Bilstein shocks. We have a bump steer kit. Unsure of the brand. It does look like Renline, but I don't want to say it is without knowing. We do have GT3 style control arms. You see, it's got a fat shim in there. That's why it has so much camber. Oh, here we go. What brand is this exhaust? Unlock performance. Oh, it's an AWE exhaust. Oh, I love their exhaust. Too bad this one's trashed. But don't know if these are, there's actually cats in there or they just look like cats. I don't know. Actually, looking at these, are these factory manifolds? You guys know more than me. Oh no, they're not. They're Fab Speed exhaust manifolds. Cool. And they look fine. Stockish turbos, I'd say. Oh, okay, this drive shaft isn't bolted in either, just so it wasn't just the one. We do have the Lintronics bracket on those style control arms. That's good to see. That sway bar and link is shoved in there. Oh, I see something on RSS. RSS, that's the control arms. That's all I know. Nothing crazy with engine and transmission. They look like they're just sitting in here. Looks like stock transmission mounts, which I'm kind of surprised of, actually. Drive shaft is not in, but it did come with the car. It would not have surprised me at all if this car was just rear-wheel drive, not all, because it was a track car. Up front, same GT3 style lower control arms. We have some sort of adjustable sway bar, unless the factory's adjustable. I don't know about that. Axles in there look good, they look fine. Looks like more of the same over here. I am curious, I don't think those are stock brake calipers, but you guys let me know, because I really don't know. Not a whole lot else to see up here. Stock diff is up there. Transmission spins freely, so that's good. I mean, it's a little wet down here, but these axles weren't bolted in, so that's probably where some fluid is coming from the transmission. Let's make sure transmission shifts. Yep, that feels fine. Now, I was told there wasn't damage to this suspension over here, and I'm kind of pressed to believe it. I mean, this tie rod looks freaking 100% straight, which is kind of crazy. Is this a slave cylinder? Does this have a... Ooh, I don't know what this is. Is this like GT2 style slave cylinder? I don't know enough about these cars. Looks aftermarket or whatever the heck that is. Subframe looks straight. Doesn't look like anything's broken off of it. Like stock subframe bushings. Thrust arms. The thrust arm looks fine. Don't see any damage. Wheel spins just fine. Looks like stock-ish turbo, I'd say. Now we like, oh boy, that's pretty bad. There's certainly plenty of damage to go around. Let me strip this thing down a little further, see what else we can find. These things are crazy light. This taillight's definitely toast, so I might as well pull that out of there too. Seen better days. Now, it's of my opinion, and I could be wrong, let me know your thoughts. I got a steal on this car. Needs an absolute ton of work, but it comes with a ton of parts, and you know the value on 997 turbo manual cars are through the roof, and this one has a rare colored interior. So, I'm curious, what do you guys think I paid for this car? What do you think it's worth? Let me know in the comments. I'll reveal it in the next video. I also might as well pull the exhaust off because, well, it's just in the way, and it's in need of repair anyway. I'll probably be replacing it with a Joss Hutchins unit. Most likely that's the plan, at least. AWE exhaust removed. Exhaust is off and out of the way. I think I'll post that for sale. You guys can see that it is, well, it needs some work. It's got a dent that I think you could probably get out by unclamping it and getting in there with some hammer and dolly action. And the piece where the exhaust tip broke off, might just have to replace that whole piece or just custom fab some type of exhaust tips. Not a big deal. And it definitely has cats, so I assume they're AWE's high flow cats, so they're worth some money. So if you guys want that, if anyone's interested, let me know. I'll sell them cheap. Probably the most valuable thing in there is the cats themselves. Now let's talk suspension. As far as I can tell, this has Bilstein coilovers on them, and they are the Damptronic ones, which seems like an excellent choice. I don't know the spring rates, but I'm really excited to see how this car drives. Hopefully it's not too harsh. Now, as far as the rest of the car, every single arm has been replaced, sort of like my 996. It has the rear upper control arms that are adjustable, the GT3 style lower control arms, perhaps a bump steer kit or just upgraded tie rods in the front and rear. Lots of goodies there. Now upon closer inspection of the car, turbos seem fine. They spin, don't feel any abnormal shaft play. Every single suspension component on this car is replaced, not unlike my 996. Everything under here is really dirty. It's got some type of brake upgrade kit. I mean, the fronts seem absolutely massive, but I'm not familiar with 997, so you guys let me know. It has two-piece rotors. Hopefully they can be saved. Those look like expensive units. They just look rusty. Front and rear, it's got the GT3 control arms, these massive pistons up front. Yeah, I think suspension is all good. It all looks square, straight, and even. Even in the back corner where it took a hit, that suspension seems fine, and the owner told me he thought it was fine as well. Seems like it's just all body and frame damage. So I got lucky there, because replacing like one coilover or one upper control arm, etc. is kind of a pain. Right now I don't see anything major that's missing or that I need to source or locate. It seems like suspension and all that, engine and all that is all good to go, all there. And now it's just time to decide how to attack the body of this car. Get it fixed, get it straight, get it looking right. Whole car needs resprayed. Not too worried about the rest of it, but this is my focus. Right there. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, looking at the frame rail, looking at the tub over here, and just trying to compare side to side and see what damage we see. Holy crap, this is really warped over here. This is all completely crunched. Looks like this has been fixed before, because it looks like aftermarket undercoating. This is obviously completely crunched. This frame rail, well, let me compare it to the other side. This is what a frame rail is supposed to look like. Nice and straight and true. You can come over here and, oh boy, this frame rail is buckled in numerous ways. The whole thing is shifted this way towards the rear, which would make sense. You can see even the bumper mount is bent. See, this looks twisted down here, and then up here, there's a big old kink right there, which is, that's not good. That's not good at all. And that's the part of the car that can't be replaced easily and can't even be ordered unless you're a Porsche dealer. Obviously, you guys know the damage up here. This is all toast. See how nice and straight that is? And even here, you can see this whole line is coming that way more than it should be. This is all toast in here. Now, it came with all new back here. It comes with the new plate that goes on top of here. This might be part of the corner panel. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe not. Looks like it's spot welded there. My biggest concern is the frame rail. I have all the parts to fix everything else, but not the frame rail. The previous owner ordered a frame rail, and it has been on order for 3 years and still has not been delivered. So let me know your opinion, guys. Do I take the risk and just fix everything but leave the frame rail with a little bit of a kink? Do I take it to a shop and see if they can straighten it, find another chassis, cut that frame rail out, splice it in? Do I swap this whole thing to a clean chassis? A lot of options, and I'm not sure which is the best. Also, solid news, guys. Heard from your feedback on the 997 t-shirts. Yes, I just created the exact same one, but in the 997. So I just added that to the website, and yes, if you buy that, it gets you entered to win the Milwaukee M12 tool giveaway, which ends the end of August. So this is your one of your last chances to enter. Thanks, guys. As far as other mods, the previous owner told me it was tuned, like 600 horsepower. Sounds about right for a 997 turbo that's tuned. It does have the IPD intake, plenum, and I'd assume a throttle body, some type of throttle body that's not stock. I don't know. I haven't done enough research on these cars yet. It has the fast speed exhaust manifolds, so it's got some decent work to it. I'm curious if it actually will be 600 horsepower, and shoot, if it even runs or drives. Who knows? But speaking of that, I want to see if I can crank the engine over by hand. This could be make or break, boys. Oh, well, shoot, guys. Spins over absolutely no problem. Excellent news. You can tell it definitely spins over freely, but has compression, so that's good there. It's like a $25,000, $30,000 engine. Sheesh. I got a package that was delivered for the car, so let me run outside and grab that, unbox it, try to fit it, and then we'll talk about the next steps. Fresh delivery from Lee C Parts. There we go. It's fixed. One fixed 997 turbo. I don't know if this is some kind of inside joke or what, but there's a little tag on the side that says slow 997. So if you guys don't watch Scrap Life Garage on YouTube, I'm not sure which 997 they would be talking about. I can't think of a black one unless it was from the black one that's now purple-ish, maybe. But now it's on this slow 997. And it fits in there real well. I still need, well, minus the passenger side, but I still need to get like the little vents and covers and stuff. But it's a start. Huge shout out to Lee C Parts. They had it in stock and they offer free shipping, which is awesome. They're actually not that too far from me in Maryland, so maybe we could do a collab in the future. Reach out to them, let them know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts as well. I'll probably need more 997 parts from them in the future, if I had to guess. But this leaves us in a hiatus for the car. I can't see the extent of that frame rail damage, so I want to see the frame rail from the inside, and the only way to do that is to drop the engine. So that's the next step. Time to rip this engine and transmission out of here.